In 2020, four friends decided to listen to every one of the greatest 500 albums as decided by Rolling Stone magazine. This resulted in a text chain that celebrated the music, excoriated the order, and led us to making this podcast. We are far from experts. We promise to do almost no research. All opinions are our own unless you disagree. Please sit back and enjoy. Beck did it better. We are all the way up to album 132. And from 1978, kind of, it's the album that doesn't quite get how album titles work, or they understand, or they understand it better than anyone ever has. This is the 40 Greatest Hits by Hank Williams. There's no messing around with that album title. Listen, guys, no messing around right now, by the way. This is one of our fast episodes.
Listen.
We got to get...
Yeah, we didn't talk about how to go through all 40 of these songs, so we should figure we should use some strategy.
Dude, this is the best part of the podcast. We've made it this far where we don't give a shit. A year ago when we had James Brown's 5 CDs, we cared. This year, we don't care.
We couldn't care less. And I just saw Avatar in 3D, so I can't wait for 4D Greatest Hits. I mean, sign me up.
Yes.
How is Avatar? That's the one I haven't seen yet.
I was just lying, Aaron. God, you busted me. I haven't seen it. I kept wanting to take my kids to go see it at that 4D theater, you know, where it shakes and it like sprays water on you, which, by the way, is gross if you have popcorn. You're like eating popcorn and water gets sprayed on your face and you're like, ugh, I was eating. But they said, sir, you can't. What am I going to say? Something about being blue. Never mind. I was going to do a blue penis joke, but I just don't have the energy for it, guys. Can you, everybody at home, do me a favor. Can you make up your own Avatar blue penis joke just in your head? Just do with it. It's something about a theater, a popcorn box. Navi.
Who do you think out of the listeners that we know has the best blue penis joke? Who
has the best blue penis of our listeners?
I would say the guy who lives in Alice Court in South St. Paul.
I was gonna go with Barry from Burnsville. I bet he's got the best.
I was thinking Brian in Woodbury has got some sneaky good blue penis jokes.
Barry from Burnsville might have a whole book of those types of jokes.
Right.
Oh, can you imagine the chapter on blue penis jokes? And he's like, finally, this is my time. I'm going to call that Beckline. All right, let's turn on the radio, guys. You know what? I love talking to you guys, but sometimes I just want
to co-host.
Sometimes I just want to vibe. Yeah, they'll see how hard it is to come in here and actually. Because if you want to practice being my co-host, just at home, just act like you're on the podcast. And anytime you try to talk, I'll be talking. That's actually what it's a lot like to be my co-host on this. Okay? A lot of people don't realize this. I'm kind of driving the bus, but I'm also on the intercom of the bus telling everybody to shut up because I thought of a good joke that involves Avatar. And then actually I don't have a joke. I was lying about that.
Nor have you seen it, which is kind of disappointing.
Yeah, it's the way it is. Reach into this.
Rob, your character side. You're the character Rob side. Yeah.
Hey, reach into this popcorn. I've got a blue slushie. I just don't have it. It's right there. It's so close. It's not cold like a slushie, though. It's so hot. It's boiling hot. But listen, no more. Okay, don't. I don't want to influence anybody's jokes that they're going to write in.
Gray slushie?
Okay.
I've heard of that before.
Let's turn on K-Rob. Let's just vibe. Guys.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to K-Rob. Sometimes Rob's bits at the end of the night are actually the best part. Some people don't stick around and listen to that part, but it's really good. Oh, yeah.
I'm talking to these other three. I'm noticing they don't do improv with me. Shouldn't they realize Rob's bits bring delight? If you want a good podcast, Rob's always right.
Sounds real good.
Rob's always right. I'm always right.
Yes.
When he does a long bit at the end of the night, play along and it brings so much delight. These guys need to remember Rob's always right. A train going through a tunnel would be the perfect way to end this album. Not getting a lot of reaction from my co-hosts. If the show has seemed so sleepy, count on Rob to say something dirty.
Yeah.
Rob always sets the so funny tone, so play along. Don't ever run.
Yeah.
Rob's always right. He's always right.
Yeah.
When he does a long bit at the end of the night, play along and it brings so much delight. You three guys need to remember Rob's always right. When you want to hear, I don't know if you guys got the message of that song.
You know what? An amazing thing. I gotta share. Matt shared a stat last week. I need to share a stat. Hank Williams wrote 128 songs in his career. Rob, you have definitely beat him. We're past 128.
Oh!
You wrote more songs than Hank fucking Williams.
That's something to hang your hat on, man.
I do want to say, though, my first song wasn't until that Aretha album. So I haven't done 131 songs. I should go back.
Are you counting the real filthy ones that only Matt and Aaron? And
no, I'm not.
Those were filthy.
I listened to those the other day. Those were so dirty. I was like, I cannot believe I disrespected everyone they love like that. Listen, this is Beck Did It Better. We are here. We are talking about Hank Williams, top 40 hits. Okay. We're going Beck in time. And I'm not going to lie, doing a double record with Portishead right to Hank Williams, a little bit of whiplash, but I've got Russell in Minnesota. Russell, how are you doing?
Rob, why don't you mind your own business?
I've got Matt. It's hurtful. Matt in Minneapolis. How are you doing?
Rob, this podcast will make you weep. And I'm crying because I just want to go to sleep. We're up too late.
Brian, maybe Matt should be writing these songs, huh?
And I've got Aaron out in California. Now, Aaron, this is the thing. Okay. He was telling me that Aaron was at the store the other day, and he was telling me a story that somebody at the store threw butter and milk at Aaron.
Butter and milk?
Yeah. How dare he?
Oof.
Aaron in California, how are you doing?
Guys, I'm really excited to be on this podcast. Let's talk about Hank Williams.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie, guys. We got 40 fucking songs to get through. We got to get this going. Let's get
Rob,
right into the voicemail.
We just own this night.
Oh,
I gotta say, remember in Vegas we were talking about is this as good as it gets? I feel the place I'm at in my mindset right now is as good as it gets. I couldn't be happier.
Russell is in a zone, fully in a zone.
Every time you say, is this as good as it gets, it makes me want to take mommy's milk. I'm not going to lie. I'm like,
that'd be a little better.
If Michael Jackson and Prince thought it was so good, maybe. You never know. Okay? You guys talk me out of lean, but I don't know. Mommy's milk, it's sounding better and better. Let's go to the voicemail. I don't
understand why you will laugh at that joke if it's a Michael Jackson joke, but when it's a Prince, then you're not okay with it.
Because I don't know. Geez, Russell, you're really cutting to the heart of things now. Man, really making me think.
They're both humans with families.
You're right.
So something to think about, Aaron.
Jeez.
Legit, Aaron, you should try one of these daiquiris, homemade. They're perfect.
If you'd send me one, I'd try it.
Yeah.
I'm just drinking a jug of whiskey over here tonight for Hank.
Hey, legit, my buddy Conrad Murray is coming over. He made me a drink for later, and I think it's going to be so good. But let's get into the voicemail. Excuse me, Dr. Conrad Murray. He gets mad when I don't say that.
PhD.
All right. Huh?
PhD.
Yeah, his dissertation was on mommy's milk. All right, moving on.
Long-time listener, first-time caller. This is John from St. Olaf, from Moan.
John from Moan.
I was with Rob on the White Tiger. Sailed with Rob and Mike Pepin.
Oh, my God.
Russell the Love Muscle. I miss you. Aaron, I remember when you had hair.
Oh.
Whoa!
Matt, boy, we played with some monkeys in the Netherlands, in Dusseldorf.
Dusseldorf.
Good times.
Dusseldorf is not in the Netherlands.
I was made aware of this podcast back at St. Olaf Function back in the fall.
What?
I've been listening ever since, catching up, listening live. It is a blast to hear you guys' stories and to hear what's going on.
All of our stories.
I love it. Keep it up. I listen from minute 1 to the very end. I'm not going to cherry pick. I can't miss the joke at the end. Funny stuff. Keep it
a
going.
Truly devoted listener.
This week's episode.
That goes down in history as the greatest call we have ever gotten.
Yes.
He only said nice stuff about us, and he said he listens to the show, which a lot of our listeners, I'm not clear that they actually listen to the whole show. So thank you, John from Moan. We do appreciate it.
Wow. Great to hear from you.
And I am not going to mention when you took a shit in somebody's yard and I saw somebody hit you with a rock. I'm not
That man is such a legend in our circle of friends, and I know that he and I never had more than 3 conversations together, and I'm so grateful that he still knows my name. I would not have been certain that he knows my name.
You remember when you had hair?
I did. I had nice hair.
I will never forget, and I have told this story a dozen times, and it never gets old. This guy collected chew spit. Senior year of college, he collected a chew spit in a cheese ball.
This is my number one Rob story.
Barrel.
This is it.
He had it in a cheese ball barrel. It was a huge barrel, and it just sat in the middle of the pod, and everybody would just spit their chew spit into it. I mean, if my kids were doing that, I would go crazy. And back then, I thought it was so funny. Senior year, okay? Basically the guy ahead of our grade says, "Hey, we're gonna get together. We're gonna get some champagne. Let's meet down and celebrate. We graduated college. This is unbelievable. If you guys can just give me like $10 for the bottle of champagne, that'd be great." And instantly we were outraged. What the fuck? We got to pay $10 for champagne?
Ridiculous.
This is absolutely outrageous. And we came up with a great idea. Okay, and it was mostly John. He says, "Listen, I'm going to take this chew spit that we have been collecting all year, tobacco spit." And listen to the words that are about to come out of my mouth. "I am going to go dump it on that guy." Now, you might be thinking to yourself, if you guys dump chew spit on a guy, you must have been arrested. I mean, that's disgusting. It's dangerous. You would never, just imagine right now, somebody dumps a barrel of chew spit on you tomorrow.
That's not good.
You would just shave off your whole head, right? You'd go get all your skin melted off with lasers.
So what happened? Did you guys get it there or what happened?
First of all, not you guys. I didn't have any part of this. I was more of an observer. Okay. I was like the UN coming in. I had the blue helmet on. I was looking. Okay. I was impartial. I was Switzerland in this whole thing. Okay. Is it wrong to dump chew spit on somebody? I wasn't quite sure. Yes. This guy takes the barrel of chew spit out. Believe it or not, he makes it exactly 2 steps out of the door before he then drops the barrel of chew spit, which of course
not out of the dorm, out of his pod. So he's in the hallway on the 3rd floor.
So we are in the hallway. Yeah, we are in the hallway. He takes 2 steps, immediately drops it. Now, of course, was there a top on it? Absolutely not. No top needed. He spilled it all over the hallway. You could look down the hallway and you saw like a mirage, the smell. And it was just like this. The air went hazy as it's coming at you.
See the smell.
Months of chew spit.
Miasma.
The odor hits you. Okay. I saw, you don't want to talk about 4D. I was seeing into the future. I saw us doing this podcast when I smelled that.
Smoke and rivets.
Here you are. Yeah. Here you are. Chew spit all over the hallway. John from Moan gets the solution. He goes, "Listen, I got a perfect idea." He goes and gets a fire extinguisher that somehow just shoots water. Never seen it before. Haven't seen it since. He then sprays the water onto the floor and cleans the chew spit into like a corner, to which we all say, "Good job. Perfect." And we walk away. Monsters. We were monsters.
This is what you get. This is what you get when you just call and praise the podcast, is you get stories told like this. You got to have a question next time, John from Moan. You got to have a question or else this is what happens.
John called me today. I had no idea that John, he says from Moan. It's because he's running away. John lives in Edina now. So we need to really call him. He's John
wait a minute now.
He's not John from Moan.
He can afford the fancy barrels for his chew spit now.
He's trying to run away from his heritage.
He called you today, Matt.
He texted and he said, I think he said absolutely that Dookie's better than American Idiot.
Wow.
Or something like that. So I'm like, oh, and he goes, "I'm just loving it." So I call him. I'm like, "You listen to this crap?"
I got to edit that.
All right.
Yeah.
So I call him and I say, "John, you listen to this crap?" Like, no way. He goes, "This is the funny." He goes, here's my thing. I listen to the newest episode, front to back. I hear the ding at the end. I hear the joke at the end. I hear everything, And then I go back and I started at 1 and I'm up to about number 20. And I go, "Oh, man." He goes, "It's so funny. It's so fun." And for John from Edina to say that it's so funny.
He's funny.
He is a funny guy. And so I think honestly, I said, "You got to call in." I said, "There's going to be some people that are going to be surprised that you're still alive, John."
This is amazing.
Some of the people that listen to this, they're going to be surprised that he's alive. And so no, I'm happy that he called
Bringing people
in.
together. Beck did it better.
Hey,
bringing people together.
Can I tell a John from Moan story quick?
John from Edina. He's John from Edina.
John from Edina.
So John from Edina, this is not as good as Rob's the barrel of cheese ball chew spit. It's a different it's different story. So one of our listeners, I believe it was Joe from Woodbury and Dan from St. Paulish, somewhere at this point, I would think, had a house, and they bought this house together. When we were out of college, a bunch of us kind of bought houses together. We thought it would be good investment. It's better to buy than to rent. So they bought a house, and they bought it on like New Year's Eve. They literally closed on New Year's Eve, and they were like, "We're going to throw a huge party. If it gets messy and everything, we've got work to do in the house anyway. So they invite all these people over for New Year's Eve. There's probably like 30 people here for this party. And John from Edina and some of his high school buddies show up. And one of them pulls out a penny. And they say, "This is the magic penny." And John and Edina and his 3 high school buddies proceeded to have literally wrestling matches and fights for like 3 or 4 hours over a magic penny because every guy needed to get the magic penny. So like feet are going through like walls, like Cheetos are getting knocked over on floors. It was a complete shit show of a party because John from Edina and his buddies were having a blast fighting over a magic penny.
Sounds about right. I mean, that's just par for the course. That's like an average story for John from Edina.
Oh, I've got a. Was it? I think it was John. Where the picture where we're playing battle pong against each other. I got my shirt up over my head, and we're taking huge swings and trying to hit each other with a ping pong ball. Classic cool guy stuff.
So technically, battle pong would be if you lost, you had to stand with your shirt up and let them wail at you with the ping pong ball, right?
Yep. My wife was so proud when she saw me doing that. It accentuates everything that's good about me, giving me a 4th nipple.
Was she more proud of that or the upside down 69 you guys did last weekend?
It wasn't upside down, Russell. We're not standing.
Right side up?
What's an upside down 69?
Yeah, what is that, Russell? My wife and I actually, you know what we actually do, Russell? We've changed it now. We do it 96. We just sleep back to back. I'm too tired. I've got to get up early tomorrow. That's this 96.
Hey, John from Edina, fantastic voicemail.
Wow, thank you. Nice to hear from John from Edina. Glad you're alive.
He did say that the first 10 episodes, and I've known John a very long time. He goes, "I had no idea that was you. I had no idea." He said, it was Rob, and it was Russell, and it was Aaron. He said, "But there's this Matt guy, and I had no idea." And then
he doesn't know your
Charlie,
name. He doesn't know your name.
He said he finally told Charlie at church because Charlie's the pastor.
Oh no!
He said
Charlie.
God.
Yeah,
We don't
Charlie
have Charlie
listens
the
every once
pastor
in a while.
listening, do we?
Yeah, he listens every once in a while.
No, say a prayer for us, please.
Yeah, and so it took him 10 episodes to know that it was me, and he's like, "I had no idea. I had no idea." I'm like, "That's hilarious. That's a great story."
Oh my
God. All right. Rolling going. Rosie, how's it rolling going with you? Okay, we are, you know what? This podcast, it is bringing people together, except for my marriage, which is not going great because I'm staying up almost every night. So something to think about. But anyway, Rosie, how are you doing?
Yeah, it's going really good. I've been listening to music, as we often do for this podcast. A couple things
I
I've been
have
into.
a recommendation for you. It's called Portishead, Aaron.
Portishead. Maybe I should check that out. Once in a while, I gotta go out and do some other stuff. So I have been listening to a Norman Connors record. So this is from 1974, I think. Norman Connors' "You Are My Starship," which features Michael Henderson on bass and vocals. Imagine this: Michael Henderson played bass for Miles Davis, Stevie Wonder. Also happens to be an incredible vocalist. So I've really been enjoying this record. Also
Rob's bringing up right now. The all-time steals leader in baseball, I believe, right?
Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah. So I just been vibing off of this record. I really love
Henderson.
it. And I want to
I got it, Russ.
It's just it's beautiful music, very smooth. Also, Phyllis Hyman on vocals.
Rock.
Turns out I love
yacht rock.
It is a little bit yacht rocky. You're right, Matt.
Isn't he on a yacht right here?
He's on a yacht. Yes, this yacht belonged. The yacht on the cover art belonged to someone famous. I can't remember who it was now, but the yacht on the cover art belonged to someone famous. But can you imagine being talented enough that you played bass for Miles Davis, and then you can also sing as well, just for fun, and you can sing like Luther Vandross.
I do like the chimes.
I can do music.
I can recommend this album to our listeners for sure. It's beautiful stuff.
Who's the football coach tree? Like, we always talk about the tree, right? And somebody's got to have, who's like the best tree? Because Miles Davis has to be the best like musician tree that there is out there, right?
Yes.
Everybody playing in his band and going off from Coltrane to this guy to all these drummers and stuff. I mean,
you're right. No, because Miles Davis has Coltrane, Herbie Hancock, Wayne Shorter, Tony Williams. Yeah. That's a good one, Matt.
So he's like the Urban Meyer or whoever it is. But yeah,
I'm going to throw out the Yardbirds. Jimmy Page, Jeff Beck, Eric Clapton.
There you go.
Tree.
That's a good tree. Yeah.
You're absolutely right, man. So that's it. I mean, we got to keep it short tonight because we got 40 songs to get through. The only other thing I want to get you guys' advice on is what if you are taking your car to an appointment to get the oil changed and you, what happens if you fart in the car on the way to the appointment?
Put the windows down.
What do you do? What do you do?
You put the windows down. Let that.
No. That's their tip.
Alabama said that. With the windows down, turn the radio up, let the wind. Oh, you don't have any hair.
I'm at the point in life where I no longer take a car to a dealer for. I take it to Jiffy Lube or whatever. I take it to like the discount place. I don't take it to the dealer.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
So you think they just want to smell farts because they're a discount place?
Hold on. I'm getting there. You got to give me a second. Give me a second. When you go to Jiffy Lube, they're still in a post-COVID world where you don't get out of your car. You sit in your car. You pull in, you can sit there and listen to the radio the whole time. You are in your car the whole time. You give them your credit card through the window. You don't even get out of your car at a Jiffy Lube anymore.
Cool.
So they're under the car and you're sitting in it?
Yes.
That's too erotic for me.
That's wild.
I could not do that. Like knowing there's a guy under me, like working with a thing and like wrenching on shit and like moving oil back and forth. I'd be like,
It's pretty perverted, isn't it?
It's pretty perverted. Yeah, you roll down the window, you're like, hey, this is pretty perverted.
But Russell, you said you're at a point in your life where you no longer take it to the dealership. You go to the Jiffy Lube.
Better. I don't need to take it to the dealership, right?
I have always taken it to the Jiffy Lube, and I'm now starting to take it to the dealership because I'm like, huh?
You're going the other way.
I thought it was the old men always take it. You know, they always get their tires changed at the dealership. They don't go to like discount tire or whatever. Right. You know, they do that. You know, it costs $200 to get your oil changed at the dealer. It costs $89 at the Jiffy Lube or something like that.
You know what it is for me, Matt? I don't want to make an appointment. When I want to go and just get shit done. I don't want to go into a dealer and be like, hey, we can see you in like 8 months, like they're a doctor or something like that. Just fucking change my oil. You know what the hell? So I'm taking it to
smell my
Jiffy
farts.
Lube. Yeah, smell my farts.
Yeah.
But you guys know me. I mean, I took it to you saw my picture. I took it to the dealership. I threw the bike on the rack, brought my bike along so I could go out.
Show us what you had for lunch too.
I could go out for lunch, you know, you get some tacos and then, you know, so I made the appointment at the dealership.
Tacos is much better than that sandwich.
Okay, we need to discuss Aaron's lunch. We've been talking about it for a couple weeks. Aaron sent a picture of a sandwich, a tuna fish sandwich.
A half a sandwich. It was a half a sandwich.
And it was cut in a triangle
one half. I had eaten
on a white
already.
plate. By the way, spotless plate. Like everything was spotless.
And,
you could tell
and
he
a
took the
spotless
time.
desk. And a spotless There's nothing on the desk either. It's just a white desk.
I feel bad because I think I have opened up the door for everyone to make fun of Aaron. I think like it's kind of my thing and people are kind of stealing it. It's kind of like stolen valor, kind of. They're kind of stealing by making fun of Aaron Valor. And Aaron sends a picture of just a sandwich and he says, I put celery in this time. It really pumps it up.
It's true.
You have to imagine this is a white plate with a half sandwich on a white desk.
And it's
totally
a very
barren.
thin sandwich. It's not like a stacked high.
Yeah.
You can barely see that there's any sort of layer of
like a multigrain. Was it a tuna salad? What was the?
It was just tuna. It was just tuna on white bread. It was a whole can of tuna. I'll have you know. As you know, I only make whole can tuna
nothing
sandwiches.
Nothing else. No chips. No nothing. It was just a sandwich, and Aaron sent it, and immediately everybody blasted Aaron. Just immediately they said, "This lunch sucks. This looks terrible." And then I said, "Your job looks bad," because like the desk was depressing to look at, the whole thing. So then the next day, we all decided we were going to send pictures of our lunch that day to see what it's like. Now Matt did the honorable thing, tried to make his own sad sandwich to match Aaron's, which I appreciated. Yeah, Aaron, meanwhile, hoodwinked all of us. All of a sudden, his ass is going to a taco place, and he's getting these delicious-looking tacos, totally flipped the script, and then he said, quote, unquote, I am also Valentine's Day shopping. Okay? And he was going to a sex shop? He was eating tacos at a sex shop.
No, it was the marquee was Tacos El Patron and then a lingerie spot in the same little, you know, there's actually I could have got my car washed, except it was in the shop up the bike trail. Although I have to say, guys, this bike trail.
Hey, I'm here for the brisket tacos and also some crotchless chaps. Can you make that happen?
We only serve assless chaps.
Yeah, actually felt very appropriate for like a Hank Williams type, you know.
I'll take a lingua. Can I get the lingua with a mild? And then what's something that's going to help me fuck my wife so hard later? Yeah, something to bustier, something. Yeah, but I want to be able to pull it to the side. Oh, thanks. Is this the? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was
spicy ranch.
So I was so thrilled when Rob was like, "Well, everyone should post their lunch tomorrow."
3 napkins.
Because I already had that plan. Like I knew what my lunch was going to be the next day when Rob was like. But then also the lingerie spot was there. I did not buy anything at the lingerie spot.
I have a little postscript to that story, by the way. I then told everyone at work, hey, my friend group, we're all posting what we're eating for lunch. I bet I told 3 different people at work. They all gave me the exact same look of like, oh. And I was like, what? No, this is fun. This is my life now. We post pictures of the lunch and it's cool.
We have can I get a quesadilla and a bottle of the high fructose corn syrup, or what else can I get at this store, right?
Yeah. Hey, we need to get load me up with more of those brown condoms, please. And
no. And on that note, we don't have time for all this. So let's see how it's rolling going with Matt.
Good. I knew we were going to be long, so I just have one quick little topic. I think my kids are. Have I told you guys my plan for retirement?
No.
All I want to do, I don't care where I'm at. I just want to go out to dinner every night. I just don't want to cook dinner. I just want to be able to go.
I love it.
I just want to be able
such
to,
a cool idea.
even if it's just a bowl of chili somewhere or something, or a nice steak, whatever. I just want to go out to dinner every night.
Oh, I love that idea.
So
on
smart.
the weekends, I love going out to dinner. It's not the most economical thing, but it's, there's worse vices in life.
Matt, you can get rid of Aaron and Rob. If the marriage has ever happened on the podcast, I'm gonna go out to dinner. We might be able to make it work.
Well, my kids are finally at an age where they're ruining my weekends because I live for like Friday night at Pizza Luce or going to some of these things like that. Like let's just go. We'll get there early. We'll get our food, have a beer, get out, all that stuff, right? It kills time. Well, now my kids, they are at the age where they want to play outside, and then they got friends that are coming over.
Yeah.
And then they don't really want to go out to dinner. So my kids are ruining my dreams, guys. They're just ruining my dreams.
So then you're stuck. It's 5:00 and you're like, the kids are
going to
get
like,
hungry.
hey, we want to keep playing. I'm like, well, I guess we're making,
whatever's in the fridge.
Load up the air fryer again. We'll figure out something.
That's sad.
And so now they're ruining my life. So I don't know. Do you, Rosie, your kids, Rob, I know, do they ruin anything for you? Like just right offhand? I should have asked you guys this beforehand, but anything you could think of like instantly that they're ruining for your lives?
This fucking horse shit with dinner. And my kids, I swear to God, my kid called the other day and she goes, what's for dinner? And I was like, what do you care? Whatever it is, you're going to eat it. Like that's, and I said to her, I'm making steak and mashed potatoes. She goes, I was like, what? What are you even thinking about?
You're making steak?
Yeah.
Come on.
I was like what are you possibly going to say after she goes, okay.
Kids don't like steak. That's
right.
My kids love steak. Kids love steak. Yeah, they do. And they'll just, and then they come in there like, well, I don't really like hamburgers. And I'm like, this is not a bar and grill. I am not taking orders right now. Like you can eat this or you can make ramen for yourself. Like, I don't know what it is. And when they were gone to Hawaii, I came home whenever I wanted and I made whatever I wanted for dinner and not a single person complained much because it was just me. It was wonderful. God, it was great.
Mm-hmm. I have a complaint to lodge.
All right.
When we go to Vegas, I'm told like, hey, we're not going to the restaurant. Matt does this thing, he gets his crab legs. But like I'm a foodie. I love going to fun restaurants. I love going to like new spots. But when we're in Vegas, it's very much like we gamble, we watch sports, we gamble on sports, and we buy like pizza at the stand. We never have gone to like a fancy restaurant or done anything like that.
We need to make a change. We got to step it up.
And you guys know I would love to do that. And then I see Matt goes to Vegas like 2 weeks later and he's like, oh, I went to this fancy steakhouse. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
Like when I'm with, I will give Matt credit. Matt did go give us the burgers from Gordon Ramsay's. I was like, that was awesome. Those were very good. But like, I am all about like going to like all these steakhouses, going to like the new restaurants. But whenever I kind of float that stuff, you guys kind of just bulldoze. It's just not happening on our trips. And then Matt goes to Vegas a week later and he does the exact thing that I would love to do.
No, we need to make it happen.
To be fair, like our collective relationship with Vegas, is all about doing whatever you want to do, right?
It's true.
Like if we're going to get a reservation and try to get everybody on board to go like at 7 o'clock to this place, right?
Yeah,
Too difficult.
I mean, we're going to have like
It's gonna be tough.
a third of us be great. Yep, we're all on board. The other third would be like, whatever, I'm fine. There's going to be a third of them that are going to be like, I don't want to be here. I'd rather be sitting watching the Packers.
That's a good point, Matt.
And so I don't know. And then I think, like the way we do dinners,
there's gonna be 1/6 that's like, I don't want to be here. I want to watch the Packers.
I don't want to say who it is.
Yeah, we're not stuck. I mean, we're not stuck having to talk to each other and like look across the table and try to make conversation.
We have a flexible crew. People can do what they want.
And if somebody's getting bored, they can just go take a nap.
I just
come
think
back,
we're
whatever.
really drunk by about 3 p.m. And at that point, then all of a sudden, like the hours between 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. in Las Vegas just go like that. And all of a sudden, you're like, well, it's 8 p.m. and now I'm super drunk and I've either lost some money or I'm winning some money. And then you're going to just grab whatever you can to keep yourself going until 2 a.m.
I would rather stab myself in the nuts with a fork than go out to eat with you guys in Vegas. That's
kind of what I was thinking. But I didn't want to be that rude
here.
about
we're
it.
Guys, we're just going to talk
ruin
about
Russell's
gambling.
dream by that descriptive.
No. You can. Yeah. Russell's gone on his own. He spent a week out there. He went to lots of shows and got his dinner. That's where you get it, Russell. It's not with us.
See what I'm saying, Matt? Rob is steamrolling my dreams here.
What did he get for a week? He got what?
Listen. You're going to go right from having vodka Red Bulls at the tables to going and getting like a $300 steak. Like that doesn't even make sense.
It's Vegas.
Your palate's
what I have found,
fried.
Russell, and you know this. What I have found, you got to find one other person to go on an adventure with, and if you happen to get two, like oof, that's a lucky day. But you just got to find one to go on your adventure with. With crab legs, I got to go. I find one person. This year it was Joe. Joe from Woodbury went, so he's off for 4 years now. One of you guys is going to have to go. Rob was 2 years ago when we went. So Russell, you're probably up next in line. You're going to have to go next year with me.
Matt, I'm understanding you said you got to find another person. So next time I go to Vegas with my Vegas traveler, you're saying I need to find a third?
Oh.
Depends on how everything's going. I mean, sometimes variety is the spice of life.
Oh. Yeah.
You can't eat that slice of pizza every night, right? You got to get up and move around every once in a while.
Rob,
and figure
that's some
things
smart
out.
shit, isn't it?
That was Matt's smart comment of the week.
That was Matt's smart comment of the week.
Have a threesome with your spouse.
Smart shit. Oh, yeah.
My luck, I'm telling you, my luck is that I'd have a threesome and the guy would look like me. And I'd be like, well, what's the point of this? I could buy a mirror. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to see this.
I feel like that's the second time this has come up where Rob assumes that the threesome is another guy who looks like him.
I want
so
it to be a
possibilities.
Guy. That's all. I'm pretty sure I have done that bit before, actually. So listen, to those of you who are working back through our catalog backwards, wait till you get to that bit where I talk about some hot guy, some guy who looks like me banging his wife. It's hilarious. People love it. Roland going, how's it going with me? Since nobody said it rude, by the way.
Hey, Robbie, how's Roland going? How's it going?
Robbie. Don't be a brat, Robbie.
Has anyone ever called you Robbie?
The brat did.
No, I've never called Robbie.
I'm a brat. No, I'm not going to call you that.
I'm not going to call you Rob or Big Rob or Robert, Robbie.
Robbie.
I wanted you guys to do improv with me, and now I'm regretting that. Because actually, I'm trying to tell a story, and you guys are interrupting me. Rude. Okay,
because we're brats. We're just brats. You don't want us to talk about.
Oh, you're going to drive home real fast, huh, Robbie?
You guys are being fucking brats, and it turns me on so bad.
Robbie.
I was testing the waters with my work drinks I was having last episode. And when my opening joke was, I'm doing jujitsu, but it's tough because every time I get choked out, I get a massive erection. And I was like, well, we're going to see who's in it for the money on this work drink trip. I'll tell you right now. And then one of the guys was like, I'm 46 and I'm dating a 23-year-old. And I was like, all right, we're in.
Rob, next time when we go to Vegas, instead of bringing all the leather belts, I'll bring a couple blue belts, brown belts, whatever color belts can make it work for you, right?
God. Trust me, I get choked out with everything. It wouldn't even be erotic to me. It happens so much. Speaking about going out.
Pause.
What?
We never talked about this on the podcast. I mentioned this in the text chain. You've been doing jujitsu for a few weeks.
Yeah. Oh, I'll do that for my role.
I would love to hear about your jujitsu on the podcast because people need to know that you've been doing this. I don't think you've told anyone you've been doing it.
So picture this. Okay. I'm just going to describe me real quick. Huge penis. Just huge. Okay, and it's red hot. It's like a cigar. Brown at the end, red hot at one end.
Rob, shower and a grower.
Shower and a grower. Okay, and I've got my own curtain call. If you know what I mean. I don't know what that means. Never mind. I forget I said that.
Nobody understands what you're talking about.
Here's the thing. I'm a power lifter, but I was like, I want to do something fun. And I've always been into MMA, not always, but lately I have been. So I was like, I'm going to go learn how to do jujitsu. Right.
Nice.
So the practices go like this. You practice a move. Okay. And this is a move of like, okay, you're in side mount or you're on top of the guy or the guy's on top of you. And this is how you do it. Then for the last half hour, you basically wrestle somebody and you wrestle until they either submit you by putting you in a joint lock or an arm lock or a chokehold and you tap out. And that's it. Like that's how you try to wrestle. Now, imagine wrestling somebody who's trying to choke you out when you have no idea how to do any move unless they're perfectly where you practiced earlier that day. That's the only move you can do.
It's got to be intimidating too when they're probably your size, especially, right, Rob? Like you're probably wrestling people that are just as big as you the whole time, right?
Absolutely not. These guys are tiny. They are like little tiny Brazilian guys, and they are blowing my shit up every day. Literally, the last 3 practices, my elbow has hurt so bad from being bent the wrong way, Russell. I am paying money to go in and have my elbow bent the wrong way. Guys are choking me. Now, did you know you could do this? Guys are choking me with my own uniform. I wore the gi. They then, when I'm wrestling, they undo the gi, wrap it around my neck, and choke me, and I have to tap out.
They might need to rename the Tommy John surgery the Robbie surgery.
Listen, there is nothing like getting choked out. You have somebody basically choke you out, totally dominate you. You immediately have to get up and just start again. Like, do you know what that's like? No. It's just like getting dominated and having to just start it all over again. So
I was just gonna say, is this one of those things where do they tell you up front this is going to happen, or do you realize this is going to happen? And they're like, look, first 3 months, horrible. This is kind of a weeding out period. Like, I mean, eventually you're going to be in a spot where you're the choke or not the chokey. Is that how it works?
Nice.
Hey, Matt, I'm going to get my diagram out if you can repeat that.
Yeah, I will be the choker.
You're the choker, not the chokey.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, it was Valentine's Day last week, so we'll keep it the way it should be this week.
But I mean, it's real fun.
Can you feel yourself getting better? I mean, you've done it for a couple weeks now, a few weeks, 5 weeks.
I have gotten better.
Yourself?
I've gotten better because now I've only gotten choked out about 3 times a practice instead of dozens of times the first couple times I went. So I am now staying alive, basically.
Describe what choking out is like. Is the world going dark as you're getting choked out? Is it like my horizon is narrowing, you know?
As soon as they put an arm around your neck and start squeezing, you tap because you can feel it coming and it's terrifying. It's absolutely like you can tell it, say, oh, it's not a big deal. But you feel that and you feel like, oh, this would kill me if it kept going. Like I need to stop doing this like immediately. It's rough. And that's not as bad as getting your elbow bent the wrong way. Are there dickheads you work with that like are really out to hurt, or is it kind of a good community?
My guess is those people are out of there in a practice. If you're a dickhead, you don't last, right?
You don't last, and then somebody good like there's there's black belts there too. They'll go and get them and beat them up, and like that happens. But everybody there is so nice. So you'll have like a guy, and he'll be like, "Oh, you want to try this? You want to try this? Here, let me show you." And then he's like, "Okay, now let's just roll." And then he immediately wraps your gi around your neck and chokes you out. And you're like, what? I thought we were friends. No, it really is great. I highly recommend anybody goes and do it. I think it's an incredible workout. You're just dying by the end of it, but it's so fun. It really is fun.
Have you developed like a signature move yet? Like, do you have a Superman punch? Do you have like a triangle choke? What's your signature move?
I have a cool signature move where I'm on my knees and elbows face down, putting my arms up around my neck to protect it from getting choked out because the guy is on top of me.
You're fighting the hands. You're fighting the hands, right?
Yeah, and then they grab my arm and bend it the wrong way, as I mentioned earlier. It's rough.
Have you ever had any moments where like a 130-pound guy has made you whimper? Like, have you had a whimper?
Yeah, of course. I've had multiple 130-pound guys wrap their legs around my neck and choke me with my arm up like this. So my arm is up by my head. Their legs are around my neck and tapping me, and I have to be like tap, tap, tap.
But you're like, I mean, we've talked about this. You're a lot stronger than
incredibly
people give you credit for, right? You're a very strong guy.
John from Edina would not think he's that strong.
You're probably the strongest guy in the gym at any given time, right? And it doesn't matter because of leverage.
Does muscle strength have nothing to do with it?
No. It doesn't. It really doesn't. Like I can cheat a little bit. And like, if I get on top of somebody, I can kind of just sit there and they'll get tired. Yeah. But at some point I'm on top of somebody. And the next thing I know, they are bending my arm the wrong way once again, as I have mentioned.
Rob, you should, there's this, I do know a little bit about MMA, and there's a group, I think it's called the Danaher Death Squad. And this jiu-jitsu group, and their main goal is all ankle locks. Their goal is just to like rip people's feet off. You should be the guy in the class who becomes the ankle guy. So when they think they're about to bust your elbow, all of a sudden you grab a foot and you just start ripping people's ankles apart.
I don't even think they teach ankle locks until you get up levels, because I think it's like legitimately dangerous.
It is dangerous.
My ankle hurts just you saying that, Russell. My ankle hurts when I get up in the morning. Like my first couple steps, I'm like, what the fuck did I do? My ankle, goddamn. It's terrible. Oh, also, just to let you know too, it turns out that when you get like mat burns on your hand, okay, no offense, Matt, but when you get mat burns, they don't go away for like days. So I just have random sores all over my body. Okay. And I can't tell I was like, sweetie, it's not from the Peloton seat. It was from jujitsu. Russell, rolling going. How's it going with you?
Oh, here's a question. So I'm going out with, let's say they're a weekend person that loves to go out and go out on the town. A weekend person tomorrow. A weekend person. And we're going out with this weekend person's friends for one of their birthdays. Uh-oh. And so I've met a few of these people at happy hours, hung out on like even New Year's Eve, a small group of people where I've kind of gotten to know these people, very nice people. Everyone's nice, fun to hang out with. But now it's one of their birthdays. There's going to be all these extended people. How do you handle going to like a dinner or a happy hour or that type of thing where literally it's just all these people that you don't know and you're just kind of on the outside? Are you allowed to just get liquored up and do your own thing, or what's your style when it comes to those type of events?
Lay low. You got to play the double L, Russell. You got to lay low.
Say a word.
If you get drunk, that's who you are for the rest of their knowledge of you. Like no matter what.
But that doesn't. I don't care. That doesn't bother me.
You're like
I would just lay low.
It's like Linus from Ocean's 11, right? It's like be pleasant but not memorable, or whatever the line is. Like have everybody enjoy your time, but like you don't want to be remembered.
Sounds like a description of this podcast. For pleasant but not memorable.
Kind of pleasant.
Sometimes, but not memorable.
I think I can handle myself in most social situations, but I think the worst one is what you're describing.
Yeah,
Russell.
totally. It's a trap.
If there are other boyfriends or husbands coming along with this weekend warrior of yours?
I think it's the weekend warrior. Some of the weekend warrior's very close friends, and then some of the weekend warrior. It's multiple stages of connection, like the Kevin Bacon game. It's people that the weekend warrior doesn't really know either.
I try to make sure I talk to everybody, because just like you can be the drunk guy, you could also be the guy who doesn't want to be there. Yep. And that might be worse than the drunk guy.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
That guy, he's just sat there quiet. He clearly, because you gotta, for this weekend warrior, you gotta show up a little bit, right? So that you're talked about in a good light. And so I try to make it around to talk to everybody, because eventually that way you'll find the good one then too. You're going to find the one who's into lightsabers or whatever, who likes wearing cowboy hats and stuff like that too, right? I mean, so you're going to find that guy, so that when you are a little liquored up later, at least you've got that guy to talk to about whatever you guys have in common. So that's my take for you.
Let Russell, just repeat after me. Here's all you need to say at this gathering.
Let's hear it.
I have a podcast. Just say that you're going to have a podcast. They're going to ask you about it. You can play a 5-minute or 10-minute clip off your phone and be like, wait. Just listen. They love that stuff.
Listen to this guy. Listen. Here's the best part.
Okay,
here's the best part.
No, I got to explain to you that an episode before we had been talking about truckers, and they were having sex. Well, it's funnier if you hear it. So let me go back. I got to play you that first. Okay.
And then I'd have to show them what we're talking about with the shocker, right? We'd have to, there'd have to be an explanation.
You would have to, because not everyone in the world knows what that is, which again is so disturbing. It makes
what is your guy? Yeah. Hey, question for the group. What is your guys' definition of a round? Ready? Let's go. Let's hear what definition of a round is.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe we could sing one at the table, right?
Right.
Oh my God.
Do I just lay it down right off the bat, Matt? Right off people sit down and people are trying to make small talk, and I establish immediately I'm the round guy.
Yeah.
You're the round guy. Yep. anybody wants to bust out into a little song, you let me know. I'm with you. Yeah.
I think Matt's suggestion is good. You find one guy. I mean, we're in a heteronormative kind of situation here. You find one guy to be friends with. Make sure that it's the guy who is not the guy who all the other significant others hate. So you want to be you make good friends with the guy who's like in a good relationship and is a role model. Like you hit it off with that guy and you're in good shape.
Yeah.
Or you're the savior. You're the one who brought the guy that everybody hates, and you've tamed him.
Oh, right.
You know, and now everybody kind of can stand him a little bit because, well, if Russell can handle, you know. So I don't know. You got to figure out how to play it. It's all a big game, Russell, and you just got to play it.
Here's what I would do, Russell. Power move. Find that guy. Take him to the bathroom. Tell him to touch your crotch. When he does, run out, and then later you can bring that up anytime. Hey, that guy over there touched my crotch. You'll be like, what?
Oh, wow.
So, you can save that for years.
Would you like to take a polygraph, sir?
Yeah.
No, I can't take one. Why can't you? Because I touched it.
Hey, I have one other rolling going thing. I know we shouldn't do this, but I have to bring it up. This is kind of serious. It could be a legal issue.
Okay.
Did you guys see that Brett Favre is suing multiple people for making jokes about how he stole all that money from poor people?
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, he is. He's doubling down. Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to say it again.
Take the episode down.
It's not stealing. It's an investment. Okay. We are going to get to see some of these kids. Maybe they get to watch volleyball. Okay.
Great volleyball court.
Give a man a fish, feed him for a day. Let a man come in and watch my kids play volleyball. Okay. They'll have concession popcorn for life. Okay. And that's something to think about.
That's the joke you got to move on to the album on.
Hey, the only state,
fantastic.
Only state possibly worse than Mississippi. Let's talk about this album.
Hey, listen, it's like, hey, I built this great volleyball center. Let me show you some pictures on my phone. Oh, no, wait, not that one.
It's time for
Won't do it.
Remember that?
Crocs.
Like,
Yeah.
I get it. Listen, a dick pic with Crocs in the background, funny as hell, right? Just so fucking funny. To think that there's some pro athletes like, what color Crocs am I going to get? Like, should I get red ones or what? Like,
Go gray.
yep, I think these grays are good. Well, time to take a picture of my cock and send it to somebody. What?
Somebody who works for the team, too.
Do you think Shannon
great
Sharp
idea.
will indemnify us if this goes wrong or not?
Yeah.
Has that-
He's got our back for sure. Yeah.
Has it ever worked? Just sending your cock to somebody? Russell's nodding. Okay, so that's cool. Big nod from Russell.
But like
Big
wieners
dig.
look funny, right? I mean, there's
Yeah,
not.
they do. Yeah.
It's just it's
Yeah,
one. It's
of
not
course they
like
do.
sending boob. It's not like sending boobs. It's you send in a wiener.
If
It
you
looks
saw
weird.
a guy's erect penis and then an alien egg came out and it turned out to be an ovipositor from the Martian planet, you would be like, yeah, that actually makes sense.
No.
That's what it looks like.
We're only now 132 and we've already gone back to the
It
ovipositor
looks
jokes. No.
like
Whatever
alien cock.
reset the counter of like days since an ovipositor joke to 0 now. We can't.
part of the show. Let's talk about
Hey,
We had
listen,
the whole ovipositor episode. That went
You're the
all way off
age-
the rails. We have 40
You're the
songs to go.
You're the correct age where you're a big Hank Williams fan. An ovipositor is like an alien penis, but it has eggs
Done
as
this
well.
already.
So it's something to think
Oh,
about.
no.
Russell hasn't stopped laughing in like 38 seconds.
Aaron, how do you think the
40
Easter Bunny?
songs.
How do you
We
think the
have
Easter
40
Bunny
songs.
brings all those eggs to your yard? Oh, in a basket? It's got an alien cock that comes out and it's an ovipositor.
I think
We
it's
have
called an
40 songs to go.
Aaron, I think it's called an ovipositor.
And this ovipositor. Oh, what's the alien? What did alien Easter Bunny bring me today? Oh, it's with a quarter in it. Those were the shittiest eggs. You guys know what I'm talking about. The eggs with a quarter. Get out of here.
It's a Cadbury ovipositor.
Oh my God, Cadbury eggs, so good. Even if, you know what? I'll tell you what. I'm going to tell you right now. If I had an alien that had an ovipositor that only put out Cadbury eggs, I'd put that shit in a cage and just feed it enough so it lives. And it would live in my house and give me Cadbury eggs all year long.
Just feed it up, just enough.
Okay,
for
and I might
up.
edit this out, but here's how I'm picturing this.
I mean, how do you get the middle of that Cadbury egg filled?
Well, that's the thing is that you do have to jack off the alien, so it does give you the Cadbury egg, but the harder the work, the sweeter the honey. You know what I mean?
Play the songs. We have 40 of them and he won't play them.
He'll play them eventually.
He's got
Well-
Science Olympiad in like 3 hours.
I'm going to bring
He
this
won't do
back
it.
to the Hank Williams song. There's one on here, I think, about an ovipositor. I thought I heard that earlier.
40 songs is bound to be one.
He's like, my wife and I, it's not going so well. She doesn't like my ovipositor or whatever. This was released 25 years after his death.
I think it's the second verse of Lost Highway. If I remember
this is
right.
not an album. This is, these are some of the greatest songs ever written. It's not an album. He
only had 2 LPs. He had 2 LPs released after his death. That was it. Otherwise, it was all singles. Listen, this is the first anthology. Now, here's how sad this is. This is popular because it's the first anthology of his where his kids did not add their voices to his songs in duet form. Remember when that was big? So Hank Williams Jr. was like, hey, I'm going to release an album with my dead dad. Okay. Meanwhile, Nat King Cole's daughter is like, okay, writing this down. Good idea. Album with dad. Sounds great. You guys, that's the joke you guys don't like. Okay, fine. Nat King Cole deposits Cadbury eggs with his alien cock. Do you think that's funny?
I prefer to call it an ovipositor.
I was thinking it was sad because Natalie Cole's also passed. Like, she died too young too.
You know what? We should do. Oh, that's a great idea, Aaron. We should do a bit with her and her dad. Beyond. Hop on. Posthumous. Double post.
Oh, right.
Okay.
They could call, I guess. Don't do it. Never mind. Don't do it. Nope.
I can't
Sorry,
do it.
Forget I said it.
Any impression of Nat King Cole, I think, would immediately get me in trouble.
Yep.
Here's the deal.
Not a good idea.
He's a great singer.
He recorded.
One of my favorites.
Hank Williams recorded 55 singles, 5 that were posthumous, that reached the top 10, including 12s that were number 1. This might be the greatest songwriter we have covered yet. Unbelievable. He died. He was an alcoholic, prescription drugs, had a bad back. At the age of 29, he died in the backseat of his car.
Tragic.
Somebody driving
on
around.
New Year's Day. On New Year's Day.
Well, after New Year's Eve, I think anything.
Do you guys
fine.
think it? Do you think it was in a Walgreens or Dwayne Reed?
Dwayne Reed, yeah, he was like, I'd want to. He avoided Valentine's Day. The worst day to die would be the day after Valentine's Day. Like, you got her that flowers, you got her that piece of paper that says like Red Hot Chili Peppers tickets on it, and then you're like, ugh. You didn't even get to eat those chocolates. It'd be the worst. This album is, it really is incredible how fun this is to listen to. But I will say this.
Fucking rule.
A lot of these songs, and we're just going to go through title by title. Let's see every time, could this song be dirty just by the title? Okay, so let's start.
It says do me. When do we get to the do me part?
Move It On Over.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes, Move It On Over is in fact.
But while Rob's pulling this up, the titles for these songs, this might be the best titled songs of any album, anthology, collection we've heard. Like, you know exactly what you're listening to on every song, right? There's no doubt.
Yeah.
So are these songs dirty just by the title? Move It On Over? Absolutely. 100% could be dirty. This is 1947, by the way.
Hey, move over, cold dog, because the hot dog water's moving in, right?
Oh, no. Don't.
Great opener.
These are some of the greatest songs ever written. I mean, they're just every one of them.
There's something charming about like the old. It's not pristine recording too, right? Like it feels old. There's some charming about it, I think.
Then you put this on, it transports you to another place.
Yeah.
His writing partner, Fred Rose, who's also like a producer, challenged him and said, I bet you can't write a song about a mansion on a hill. And he's like, okay, hey, check us out. And he literally wrote this song on a dare. Like, it's crazy. And by the way, this song got all the way up to number 12 on the most played jukebox folk records chart.
Sounds like the exact same thing as Jambalaya, just different lyrics.
Right.
Don't you want to see that chart of jukebox folk records most played? I got to see that chart.
But what did it mean for him to write a song? Because he couldn't read music, so he must have dictated it to someone, right? He must have. I mean, we got a lot of songs to go through here, but when he wrote a song,
did he write them or did he just record them? And that's considered writing it, you know?
Or he wrote it and he sang it and somebody wrote it down.
I mean, because Paul McCartney couldn't read music, right? But I mean, he knew how to play.
According to a lot of the stories, he would be like in the car and he'd be like, my wife is a cold-hearted witch. And then he'd be like, that would make a great song. Hey, write this down. My wife's a cold-hearted witch. I can't believe she left me a sad sandwich. And that's how he would write down the songs. They write that down. Aaron, you can react to anything I'm doing, guys. That was a good bit, kind of.
Well, I was just trying to figure, like, I don't think he rhymed witch with witch.
Here's the yodeling. If you guys remember, we did a list of the. You know what's amazing about this album? Almost every song has something we've done a best of before. This is the best yodeling songs ever. We did it on Sly and the Family Stone. On There's a Riot Going On. Everything's got great stuff here.
He's talking about how he's no longer a sugar daddy.
Here's where he says, "She'll do me, she'll do you." This is like, are we talking about hoes in different area codes here or what? Like, I think do me probably had a different connotation at the time. Like, I can't listen to this one now without being like,
what was the connotation at the time, Aaron?
I don't know. I don't think Doomy was in the lexicon at the time, though, right?
I'm almost certain this was before area codes were a thing. He could not have written that.
Maybe county seats.
Yeah.
I got hoes in different county seats, or what would it be, Rob?
I think territories. Right? Yeah. I mean, this is like pre-Hawaii, right? Like Hawaii is its own country during this thing.
That's
like
true.
It's crazy. Aaron, would you want to be a sugar daddy?
No.
Aaron, would you want to be a sugar daddy? Come on. Aaron, I need somewhere to live. My wife is so mad at me. Come on, let me come over. I don't know. I think it would be. There's a great TikTok where all it is sugar daddies on boats, like driving their boats. It's the old ass men with these hot women, and it's just like a compilation of them. I swear to God, I watched one the other day for 10 minutes. I got such a kick out of it. These old guys in Speedos who are just so rich that they have a boat. I was like, that's the life right there, right?
Is that the true sign you've become that rich, is the boat? Or what's the first thing you purchase?
The Speedo as an old guy?
If you could wear the Speedo as an old guy, is that the moment?
I think that's the moment, right? Is when it looks, as my mom said, like two potatoes down there, and you still are pulling like attractive women. That's when you know you've made it.
Why is your mom? I'm not gonna. Not gonna ask that question anymore.
That's too big of a rabbit hole.
No,
okay.
48 songs.
And then she clarified. She goes, and I mean the red potatoes are red potatoes, okay, not the Idaho ones.
A lot of songs left.
The invitation that you
He said a lot of his songs are basically like a frozen moment or time or a grudge that he held. And I was like, yeah, he does have a lot of grudges.
Right. Yeah, to think he only died at 29. Like at 29, or 25, 26, he was writing these songs with this kind of ire to them.
I think people were still throwing rocks at John from Edina while he was taking a shit in the woods at 29, right?
Yeah, right.
I think that's like 34.
It's like 23.
Yeah, it was 23,
24.
Go the other way. Have you guys?
Pete from Red Wing got married early.
Yes, he did.
Do you guys have a grudge against anybody? Like, are you can you hold grudges?
Not like real ones, but like.
No, I can't. I had this come up. I had a person in my work industry who had kind of badmouthed me to my coworkers, people I work with.
Uh-oh.
And
his cock's only
he kind of said that I dropped the ball on something. I know damn well I didn't. I know he just went a different direction and he was blaming stuff on me.
Okay, Russell, we're not mad at you. Just relax. You don't need to explain it to us.
He kind of threw me under the bus to numerous people that I work with, and I was furious about it. I was like, fuck that guy. If I ever see him, I might just slap him in the face. Like, I was pissed. He was like, you can't throw someone's reputation out like that. It's bullshit. And
That's what Brett Favre says.
I was pissed. And so then I ended up seeing this guy at a conference, and he started talking to me, and the whole time I just wanted to be like, tell him to fuck off, and I couldn't do it, and I can't hold a grudge. It's just like, what do I get out of being an asshole about it? There's nothing to, like, no, I don't hold grudges. I let it go.
I'm the same thing now where I had this conflict with this person at work, as I mentioned earlier. I needed mediation. That's how bad it was.
Mediation.
Like, I asked somebody to come mediate for us. And then from the rest of the year, I have been trying to be so nice to him. I'm reversing it. I like have a grudge so bad that I'm being extra nice to him. It's sick.
Reverse grudge. That's another Valentine's Day.
Yeah. I have found that I can be real pissed, right? About the same thing, Russell, something like that. But always taking the high road always leads to a better result in the end. Always. Just take the high road.
I've been told that I hold grudges. I just have to say that out loud because one of our listeners will call me out if I don't say that.
Maybe you should celebrate Festivus. Maybe you should celebrate Festivus then, Rosie.
That might be the answer. Might be the answer.
Air your grudges.
Hey, can I make something clear though? I still judge the shit out of those people I don't like.
Yeah.
But I don't make it an issue. I don't let it become a thing. But in my mind,
when they come around,
I know.
You're quiet.
I know.
When they go away, I'll be talking again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like that Aaron went to that lingerie shop and got an apparatus so he can do the reverse grudge later.
Reverse grudge?
Reverse grudge.
Hold it both ways, right?
Yep. Mind your own business.
Mind your own business.
This is like when we listen to James Brown. There's too many songs that sound like this. This is the same song as Moving On Over.
Exactly.
Listen to
Just
their
different
lyrics,
lyrics,
right?
right?
Like they could have chosen any number of greatest hits compilations that would have been 10, 12, 25, 20 songs.
Yep.
They chose 40 songs. It's stupid.
The other one we heard a lot of the same song was Run Run Rudolph by Chuck Berry. Remember, everything sounded like Run Run Rudolph at some point in the mediocre 28.
What percentage of his catalog is this album? 40 songs. It's a huge percentage, right? Like this
more
is a
than
ton of
half,
his.
right? Yeah, it's
no,
like
it's
40 or
it's
55,
less. No,
I think,
no. I read that he recorded 225 songs and he wrote 128.
Jesus. Wow.
So yeah, this is a larger percentage of his recorded output than most people we've heard.
Jeez.
It just is unnecessary. Like, I mean, we're getting into the rating system, but like these are great songs. He's a great songwriter. He didn't make an album. There's no reason to put an album on this list. And if you're going to put one that has 12 songs on it, and you know, it's important that he's represented. I get it. But
there's one of them called Honky Tonk and Hank Williams, and it's got like 12 greatest hits.
Yeah.
It seems like that should have been the one they
just
put on.
do that, right?
You're going to change. Hank Williams found he had
Stop talking. We're only in this song 6, guys.
Yeah,
I know.
Hank Williams found he had more success with up-tempo honky tonk songs, and this is one of them.
What? No, his best songs are Lost Highway, Ramblin' Man, So Lonesome I Could Die. Those are the best songs.
Well, let's listen to Lost Highway.
Let's listen to it.
I'm a rolling stone.
This one barely made the charts. Can you believe it? It didn't even.
This launched the whole genre. All the country was built on this song.
This was written by a guy named Leon Payne, who wrote a few of these songs, actually, who was a blind country singer at the time.
Again, remember Song About a Highway? We did a list about the greatest songs about highways on Bob Dylan, Highway 61, way back in the day.
On the lost highway.
There's one thing, I don't know if you guys can find it on here, but there's a part where he's playing a mandolin, or someone in the band is playing the mandolin.
Yeah.
It made me start thinking, we've never talked about a mandolin before. We've talked about a dobro. We've talked about a ukulele, but we've never talked about a mandolin. I thought we could do a quick list.
Mandolin. Oh my goodness.
I'll make it fast.
It came with a glove.
I was going to say, mandolin in my kitchen is so sharp, it scares the shit out of me.
I use it once every other year, maybe.
It's the table saw of kitchen appliances. It's very scary.
We had a mandolin on Stay, Stay, Stay on Taylor Swift. Lucinda Williams, Led Zeppelin had mandolins.
Jeez,
Rag Mama Rag.
Bob
Bob Marley. We've heard them before. But we need to do a list.
Yeah, we do.
The first song we're going to do with the best mandolin songs ever. Do you guys know the difference between a mandolin and a ukulele?
No.
Yeah, of course.
Number of strings.
What is it, Rob?
Mandolin is like the way that it's way more strings, right? And it's a way higher sound.
It's like at least 4 double strings, and I think they're steel strings instead of nylon. There you go. So it has a different sound, but the first song on the list is from 1971. We've talked about this artist a few times because he's had some semen issues, I believe, in the past. But it's Maggie May by Rod Stewart.
Oh yes.
This is a classic
you can hear the
mandolin.
steel. Yeah, it sounds like because it's like a harpsichord.
There's
This
a
is
guy.
supposed to be the first mandolin rock song that really was a big hit.
Well, you know me, I listen to lots of bluegrass, so I am no stranger to a mandolin.
Rob, I was reading that this song was inspired by the woman who deflowered him, and he said that it only took a few seconds. I was curious, how many seconds is the optimal amount of time?
I mean, going for seconds. I'm so thirsty after the first one. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, what's the optimal amount of time to have sex? I don't know. Infinity? Like, it rules. It's the best.
All right, the other best song on this list is from 1972. This is the
I've
theme
never
from
had
The
a
Godfather.
good session of making love, so I would not know. The optimal time, it seems to be, is a little bit less than what I'm currently doing.
A little bit less?
Yeah, actually quite a bit less.
Quite a bit less.
Yeah, quite a bit less. I think 0 is the optimal time actually for a lot of people in this place.
Got you. The next song on the list is from 1972. This is the Godfather theme.
Oh. I never would have. Right. I never would have thought.
I still watch 1 and 2, The Godfather 1 and 2, more than I should. Those are great
Fantastic movies, right?
Yeah.
I read this actually got nominated for the Academy Award for Best Original Score, and then they disqualified this guy, this Italian composer, because he used some sort of different version of it. They disqualified him from the Oscars, and then he came back a few years later with Godfather 2. And then they awarded him the Oscar. That's pretty badass, right?
Oh, wow. Persistence matters.
You bet.
He didn't. Good thing he didn't hold a grudge.
Yeah,
just came back and won it.
Let it go, right, Matt?
Let it go. Let it go.
The next song on the list, I don't know if you guys will know this one. This is from 2000. The album is Transcendental Blues, I believe it is. This is Steve Earle, Galway Girl.
Wait, Steve Earle?
Love this song. Russell, did you know
that one?
You gave
Steve Earle, Galway Girl?
Yeah.
There you go.
This is a great song. On the old long walk of the met a girl and I stopped to talk. Find some and I asked her friend.
Oh, God, man.
What's a fella to do?
I've never heard this song.
I never have either.
It was black and her eyes were blue.
I had this on CD and I'll tell you why. Because
who sings this song?
Steve Earle, the same guy who did Copperhead Road.
Transcendental Blues, this album rules.
He's in, what is he in? Isn't he in?
The Wire.
He's in The Wire.
The Wire.
My name is
And he
Earl.
was also, what producer, who did he produce on an album we listened to a few months back?
Lucinda, maybe.
Lucinda Williams.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I know this album because one day I was sitting in my dorm room and Russell and our friend Darren where's Darren from now?
Technically, he goes by the
Town.
Pleasure Principle.
He's from Pleasure
The
Town.
Pleasure Principle.
He's
the principal of pleasure, the pleasure principal came into my dorm room and they said, "Hey, we brought this CD back for you from the radio station because it said blues on it." And I played that. I wore that thing out. I loved that CD until the day I got rid of my CDs, and that is one of
that was it.
Yes, that's one of the number one CDs I wish I hadn't gotten rid of. So
it's,
thank you for including that on your list, Russell.
It's crazy sometimes when you look back at your memories and just like, oh yeah, if you would have told me at the time, like, oh, this is one of my main memories I'm going to carry from college, you'd be like, well, no, they're just giving me a CD. But it's like, yep,
they were just like, here's a
it.
CD. That's it. And now we're on a podcast together.
You know where I love that guy from is I saw him on that show he had on NBC called My Name is Steve Earle.
Yes.
It was kind of basic, but I liked it. It was good.
That was a good show.
But yes, all of our listeners, go check out Transcendental Blues. That is a great album. I'm going to play it tomorrow all day long.
Fantastic song. I love it. The next
Rolling
song on the
Boned, right? Transcendental Blues. It must have been 501.
Yep, Rolling Bone for sure.
So Steve Earle, I think, is an Irish singer. That's kind of an Irish song, and you hear a lot of mandolins in kind of folk music, right? So that's Irish. But there's also I guess you'd call them a Boston band, another Irish band, if you will. It's the Dropkick Murphys. This is Rose Tattoo.
Ooh.
You hear that mandolin back there?
Yeah, it's in there.
People love Dropkick Murphys.
Yeah.
Listen to this. Everyone's rocking on the podcast right now. Look at Rob. Look at Rob.
I do love it, I got to say.
Aaron, would you ever do a name tattoo on yourself? Like, would you ever do your son or your wife's name or not?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, totally. Yeah, absolutely.
What about you, Matt or Rob? Would you ever do a name tattoo on a rose or no?
I would definitely get. I think it would be funny. I had a joke and I can't remember what it is.
Wrote a tattoo with a name.
It was going to be Dropkick Murphy Brown was the punchline, but I can't remember what it was now.
Doesn't matter. Dropkick Murphy Brown is
like Mitch Berger made a cameo on her show and it was called Dropkick Murphy Brown.
Yes, exactly. Hey, Melvin.
I think we should all get tattoos of each other's names on ourselves.
Right,
Rob, you should go first. You show us what you did.
Let's do it.
I'll do it. Don't tell me with a good time. I'll do it.
Matt, you're going to right here on my inner thigh. The inner thigh is
that's
where
going to hurt super bad.
Left or the right? Left or the right?
This again, I
It
can't believe
be
my wife
drop kicking leg. It's going to be my left leg. It can't be my drop kicking leg.
I can't believe my wife changed her name to Uggo Jr. And now I got to get a tattoo of it. Uggo is my mom's name.
Well, got 34 songs left to go. Oh,
So
no,
the
there's
last
more
song
on the
on the
list.
list. This is 2007. I love this song. It's super corny, but the hell if you won't smile listening to it. This is Paul McCartney, Dance Tonight.
Hello.
Oh, I've never heard this. Oh, okay. I'm in.
Listen to this song for a minute. This is badass. If you don't, if this doesn't make you smile, you need to look in the mirror.
Everybody gonna dance tonight.
Got a hole in your soul.
Everybody gonna feel alright.
Yes.
Everybody gonna dance around.
Oh, you know,
This is
John
Paul
Lennon's
McCartney?
just spinning in
Yes.
his grave.
Everybody
He's spinning like a windmill.
2007. It's not that old, I don't think. He bought a mandolin from a guitar shop in London, and whenever he would play it, his daughter would start dancing. He was like, perfect way to write a song, right?
Oh, that was good, Russell.
But to finish up the list here, Rob, your guy Paul Simon, the biggest nerd in the world, he said they're the 6 greatest songwriters ever. George Gershwin, who I don't know what he did. Some guy named Irving Berling.
Irving
Aaron,
Berlin
you know
wrote
Irving-
God Bless America.
Irving Berling. Richard Rogers.
Yeah.
Lorenz Hart, Paul McCartney, and Hank Williams. So according to Paul Simon, 2 of the greatest 6 songwriters of all time are Paul McCartney and Hank Williams.
All right. I'm down with that.
Russell.
I mean, there's a few others.
Frederick
I haven't heard of.
fucking Chopin.
Hey, Russell.
That's why he's a nerd. He doesn't know any better.
That's a great list.
Oh, yeah.
I love the mandolin, Russell. You're right. The mandolin makes everything sound fun. All right. Only 38 songs left.
You're the type of person who holds a grudge if you don't enjoy that, right?
My bucket's got a hole in it, to which he says,
Great song.
I can't buy no beer now.
Oh,
So
sad.
is he buying, now listen to this, is he buying beer by the bucket?
This is a great song.
I think he probably was buying beer by the bucket, knowing what we know about him now.
I added 2 songs. I like 2 songs on Spotify. This was one of the 2 that I added to my playlist. It's so good.
Yeah.
I'm so lonesome I could cry.
This is a great
Katie
goddamn
Lang
song.
said, this is the most classic American song ever written, truly beautiful. And Bob Dylan said, even at a young age, I identified with him. I didn't have any experience with anything Hank did to know what he was singing about. I never heard a robin weep, but I could imagine it, and it made me sad. And I gotta say, guys, listen to this album, sitting at work. It made me want to eat a ton of pills. It made me just want to take some pills and just hammer those babies and be like, see ya.
He does a pretty good job of making things that are sad and depressing sound upbeat, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, these are all in major keys, right?
What?
Yes.
Major. What?
Yeah, there's one song in minor key that's going to
Yeah,
come
they're
up here.
mostly in major key.
Oh. Interesting.
Here's the deal. Songs
Matt,
that were
did you know
dirty so
that?
far. We forgot about my bit. Move It Over. Yes. A Mansion on the Hill. No. Lovesick Blues. No. All right, this bit's no good. Moving on. I just don't like this kind of living.
I'm so lonely I could
Jesus.
cry. Yes.
I just don't like this kind of living.
I mean, Hank, like, you want to tell Hank, like, Hank, it's going to get better, but it's not for him. He's going to die with a bad back in the backseat of his car at 29. Hey, bummer.
That really kind of sets it up.
Tell you what, though, you know who that makes sound good? Me, baby. I'm not dead. I'm past 29. Eat shit, Hank Williams. I outlived you.
Eat
All
shit.
right.
They don't even
I think he
honor.
said shite.
I'm trying to be clean.
They don't even honor him at the 27 Club in Fort Lauderdale. He's too old.
Yeah.
That's depressing. Oof. You're too old to even make the. Oh, sorry, Aaron.
Russell brings up something more depressing than the 27 Club. A reminder that is a bar he went to where they had multiple celebrities who died at age 27 painted on the walls.
That's true. It doesn't sound as good now that you repeat it.
Long Gone Lonesome Blues.
Well, we got through a quarter of the song so far, guys. Rob, we got to get like a solid 10 here. We got to get to halfway real quick.
Listen, we got to talk about this song. My son calls another man daddy.
It's great. Perfect country western.
I mean,
song.
his titles.
It's not Papa. Daddy.
So we're up to 1950 at this point. This song is, you just are like, oh my God, this guy's life is a bummer. I hope he doesn't die in the backseat of a car. Why don't you love? This one is just right to the point. Why don't you love me? Ooh. This is where, during this album, is where I started to feel good because he was doing so bad.
This is a catchy tune.
All these songs. It kind of makes you want to learn guitar, doesn't it? And play these. These can't be hard to play on the guitar. They just
They're jams, man. I know we're hitting the. Keep going. Just keep it moving.
No. This is great. Why should we try anymore? This peaked at number 9 because it was a little slower paced. Some people thought this was too depressing.
This one hit home, Rob, recently? Does this one hit home for you?
Why should we try anymore?
You know what I thought was the most about these songs? How boring would it be to the drummer? All you use the drummer is like boom.
No.
There's like a metronome, right?
There's only 2 songs on this whole album with drums.
Well, whatever they're using in the back, if it's the bass or whatever that they're hitting, is that what it is?
Or guitar.
Yeah. It's just like they just hit the same thing over and over for like an hour, right?
I would say so. Here's another Leon Payne written song. They'll Never Take Her Love. There's not one positive song, is there? Like where he's in love or having fun or...
No, it doesn't sound depressing, but the lyrics are. They bust out that steel guitar, Matt. We've talked about that before. I think we talked about Best of the Steel Guitar. It might have been on Neil Young or something.
This one, Russell, is one of the 2 songs with drums. This yodeling, by the way, is so good.
I just keep moaning the blues.
Oh, love it.
I wrote a nice long letter.
I gotta say, I was playing this song like doing the dishes. I loved it. It was a major vibe at my house when I was playing this. There's a video game called Fallout 3, where you kind of walk around and you have radio stations coming through your headset. And one of the stations was like this, where it was like old country Hank Williams. I'm telling you, you could play that game forever in this desolate wasteland listening to this music. So satisfying. Just put this album on, sit there, listen. You will feel better again because Hank is not doing great. Okay? Not
dead.
Sad.
Nope. Now this one, this has got to be a positive song. Listen to the title. Nobody's Lonesome. Wow.
Everyone's doing fine.
No way this will be depressing. The notes I wrote for this just said brutal.
I think it's Nobody's Lonesome for Me.
Oh,
that's sad.
That's bad. Can you imagine?
This is an absolute crusher. Nobody's lonesome for you. But listen to the groove. It's a groove.
Yeah. Oh.
Everybody's thinking about somebody.
Yeah, he just had this way of singing a nice jaunty tune and then just putting a dagger in your heart.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you think a modern day rapper like Meg Thee Stallion could make a song about Nobody's Lonesome for Me, but it's about wondering? Because I saw online once, it was like, if you could see a list of people that have pleasured themselves thinking about you, would you want to see that list of who did that?
No.
Now, for Aaron, it would probably just be me. But he snuck in right at the end. It was a real Aerosmith moment.
Rob did have 4 days with no family, Aaron. He had 4 days with no family.
Aaron's 2 heads together, I thought it was a butt. And then at the end, I was like,
very end of that list. Yeah, he was really at the bottom of the barrel for fantasies, and I made it.
You know what? I kind of would want to see that. I would want to kind of see that list. Huh? Maybe?
That list is, I don't know. The list is far shorter than you would think, I'm sure. Like, it would, I don't know.
Like, how many people you think, like double digits or not?
No, at least 100.
You think that's less than double digits you think it's over 100?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Over 100?
Yeah. Wow. I'm an erotic person. Listen, how many downloads does this podcast get? 130? You know somebody's listening to this podcast as they're making love. Hey, if you've listened to this podcast, will you make love? Call in 802-277-BECK.
Rob, I would guarantee that badminton coach from Vegas went back, and when she was doing stuff with her husband, she was talking about you.
Oh.
No?
Yeah, well, I think she did. She was telling me about how much she likes shuttlecock. Cold Heart. Hey, this sounds like a fun one. This is kind of a funny story behind this. Williams wrote this song after visiting his wife when she got an infection from an abortion she had from another guy's kid. I misread that. This is not a funny story for this one. Not a funny story. Dear John,
I did not know. I didn't know this was a Hank Williams song. I know it from a John Prine album.
Yeah.
It's a great song.
So good.
Yeah. Set your saddle home.
Oh, Moa.
Grossman had a couple backup singers on it. That right there.
Dear John.
So good.
Yeah. John Prine did a recording of it, but I didn't know it was Hank Williams. Great song.
And to mark the halfway point.
Can I introduce this song?
Yeah, of course.
You guys know the other day I was trying to eat a snake with a big old tablespoon.
Listen for his fiddler, Jerry Rivers, giving the dog howl here.
Sounded great.
I know there's never been a man in the awful shape I'm in. I can't even spell my name.
This is a fantastic
You
song.
can hear the recording get better and better too.
Yeah.
With a big old tablespoon.
Tablespoon.
You got me chasing rabbits,
Listen to this.
walking on my hands and howling at the moon.
That is a fucking howl. That is unbelievable. That guy is so good at it.
I almost did a list on the best howls in music, but I could only get to two. Warren Zevon from Werewolves of London, and the Wolfpack NWO song from pro wrestling in the late 90s.
What about Gilligan's Island?
I don't know that.
That had Thurston Howell III. Hello. I'm on an island. I'm very rich. Guys, another great impression by me. Thurston Howell.
Thriller's got a howl at the beginning of it.
Oh my God, Matt. Good call on the howl. Russ is mad now. He's banging the table.
No, I was going to say we're about to start side 2, so I'm going to tell you guys Booze and Vinyl 1 actually has a recommendation here. When do you guys think you listen to a Hank Williams album?
Probably in the backseat of my car.
Oh.
What?
Anytime you're drinking too much.
Yeah.
Maybe by a fire. Outdoors on a hayride.
It actually says you should, when to spin is on your front porch nap. I don't know if you still have a front porch in this house, Aaron, or not.
I got a
porch nap.
It needs to be replaced, but I have one, yeah.
Oh,
it says grab your rocking chair and relax, preferably with a cowboy hat lowered on one of your eyes. So I got my cowboy hat on.
Yeah, that's
but
good.
they actually on side 2, they're saying you should have a shandy. Shandy.
Yeah.
Which consists of a bottle of lager.
Yeah, because it's 48 songs long. So you got
4 ounces of lemonade.
Take it back a bit.
Wow.
And a lemon wheel for a garnish.
No way.
And so somewhere in here, they recommend that you just do a whole picture of it. So that's what I've decided to do. I've got a whole picture of shandies.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Are you going to finish those before bed tonight?
Hey,
I don't know.
manager's coming in. He's calling in the relief pitcher. He's calling in the righty.
It actually, what it says is refreshing and low in alcohol. It's a long listening session best friend. Heck, make up a whole picture of the stuff and say, move it on over. But you know what I will say?
You're going to die like Hank Williams did? Is that what you're going to say? Because he drank a picture of shandy. I can tell you that right now.
Having roomed with Russell in Las Vegas, I know that it's not above him or below him to leave an entire drink just sitting on the dresser when he goes to bed. No, there's no problem. He's going to have no problem.
A pitcher.
It sat there for like 3 days. No one ever cleared it out of there or anything. It just kept sitting there.
And a shawarma.
A shawarma and a pitcher.
You need to give me. Thanks for getting me that shawarma. I appreciate it. So this calls for lager. I haven't bought a lot of beer in I haven't drank a lot of beer the last few years. So I only had one type of beer. It was the Heinekens left over from when we did that. Remember when I drank the Heinekens for the who's that band that people like?
The Strokes. The Strokes.
Who's that band that people like?
The Strokes.
Rolling Stones. The Beatles.
So this is a Heineken shandy. Strokes and
that's going to be kind of bitter, I feel. Hey, I thought of another Howland song. It's "Hey There, Little Red Riding Hood."
Well, Aaron, I almost put that up, but when you listen to that, that's like a very inappropriate song.
It's true.
That's a horrible
It should be
song.
canceled. It should be canceled. That's true.
That's one of the reasons that was not the list.
Good point.
Guys, just like when I went to the a pool the other day and I said my shorts fell down and I can't pick them up, the lifeguard, I can't help it. There's something there.
Jeez,
I think side 2 was not as good as the second 20 weren't up to this first 20.
But Rob's right. The recording quality is better. His sound, his voice is.
Is there anybody who owns "Hey Good Look"? Can you ever hear the phrase "Hey Good Looking" without saying what you got cooking right after it. I mean, this song changed that forever, right?
Right. It's like when you hear the word Maryland and all you can think of is she's in the caravan on the way to Maryland with the crack in the crack of her ass. Like it's the same thing.
We could find us a brand new wrestle.
It's like when you hear Maryland.
Second one?
What the hell is he talking about?
No, that was last episode. I think it's the first episode.
It's Biggie.
You know? Hold on. So if I say Maryland, what do you say?
My honey's in the caravan on the way to Maryland with the crack in the crack of her ass. That's from It's a Biggie song.
Guys, I can't.
We only got 19 to go, Rob. We can get it.
Crazy Heart. This was his least successful single. Why is it on his 40 Greatest Hits album? Don't do that.
So many songs.
So many songs.
40 songs.
I enjoy them.
They're great songs. Many great songs.
Hey, I went to the bank the other day and I was like, listen, watch, look at this. I put my lips like this. Can't do it. And you know what they said? Oh, we can help you. We can loan some whistle. What?
This one's too slow. Moving along.
No.
Hey, move it on over.
Listen. This is a song about a train taking a guy to jail. It's my two favorite kinds of songs. It's a train song and a jail song. Listen to this, how he says lonesome. Oh, never mind. It's so good.
Johnny Cash did this one too, didn't he?
They think that's what Folsom Prison was based around, was that song. That's kind of what his inspiration was. This was his 14th.
Rob, can I introduce the next song?
Of course.
With one of the lyrics?
Of course.
Rob, I'm as nutty as a fruitcake when you're not in my arms.
Baby, we're really in love. A positive song.
Baby, we're really in love.
This Hank Williams is no joke. This is fantastic.
Happy with you.
Give us a show.
Next up, Ramblin' Man.
Oh,
I'm going to ramble. Ramblin' Man. Oh, wait. This was in minor, Rosie. This is one of his few minor key ones.
You're right.
It's like when Francis Scott was digging coal. No, let me do the jokes, Rosie. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm trying to write this national anthem. And meanwhile, I got to go to my job in the diamond mines. That's a minor key. Hello. Francis Scott Key here.
Lord made me.
What key is this national anthem in? My head, me. Honky Tonk Blues. He had trouble recording this. I talked about this on the Ray Charles episode a little bit.
I don't remember that one.
Another good song.
They're all good songs.
Oh, we know blues.
I bet the Honky Tonk Blues is, you need an antibiotic for that. That sounds really bad. I'm sorry for you, my friend. Oh, no.
You were wrong, but still you had your way.
Worst song on the 40.
How could you know? There's so many songs. When's Jambalaya coming? When's Window Shopping?
Yet
Russell
two more to
rates
Jambalaya.
everything. He's a list guy.
I listen.
You know
I
this.
listen.
Yeah.
I pay attention.
I respect that about you.
Here's what Russell something date. Half as much. Just make your own. I'm too tired. 2 months
I
after.
give up.
If you love me half as much as I love you.
This one is also known as the song. You know where you messed up and didn't do the right parody song?
Yo, what's that?
You should have done Matt's notes on Jambalaya, like the notes he can't understand. It should have been like Menzies from whatever and all the stuff, Matt. You should have put that in
Menzies
your Jambalaya
and flashlights, oh my, oh, pervert elbow.
Yes.
Jambalaya. His most covered song.
Oh, this one?
Yep.
Goodbye, Joe. Me gotta go. Me oh my.
I am realizing now that when I put in 2 seconds of music before he sings, over 40 songs, that's actually quite a bit of time of this album that's devoted to that same notes like do 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 before he's talking about how he wants to like go stick his head in the
This
outhouse.
is the song that led me to Googling Feely powder, which I still don't know exactly what it is, but I know it thickens your gumbo.
What are you talking about? Feely powder?
filet powder. It's what thickens the gumbo. I don't know what it's made of, but
You Googled this?
yeah, because he says filet in the song, and you got to know what he's talking about. So you Google.
No, I do not need to know what he's talking about. There's a song called Jambalaya. I am not looking up the lyrics.
30 seconds ago, you ripped me for having an opinion on one of the 40 songs, and you're Googling filio powder.
I know.
I gotta get Aaron's job. I gotta get Aaron's job.
Multitudes.
I'm at my job, like working hard and having meetings and doing shit. Aaron's looking up filet powder.
How many classes do you teach these days?
Man, I'm giving performance
Today
reviews
I taught
while
3.
I'm looking up filet powder.
Window shopping.
Your window shopping.
Rob, you might give away your kisses in Vegas, but you never give away your heart.
Oh, we have so many songs left.
Windows 95 shopping. That was me in high school. I got a new computer that had Windows 95 on it. Setting the woods on fire.
That seems like a bad idea.
Nah, it's fun. I actually like it.
You act proud and I'll act prouder. You sing loud.
We're so tired. You win again. This was recorded one day after his divorce was finalized.
This has some of his best singing, I think. Like,
yes, I agree.
Is hard. Like, this is hard to sing along.
All over town.
I mean, his voice is just...
Yeah.
That you
And when he does What Can I Do, that's classic, great singing. Like some of the best vocalizing.
And now,
American
the
history.
moment you've been waiting for, the last single released during his lifetime, with only 6 songs left on this album.
Oh, no.
I'll never get out of this world alive. Oof. Tough one to be released last in your life.
Now you're looking at a man that's getting kind of mad.
See, now I do think you can start to hear him wearing down here a little bit.
Him or
Back
us?
problems, alcoholism, prescription pills, going to Vegas, wanting to go to a restaurant instead of having fun with his friends.
Very long podcast.
My fishing poles broke, the creek is full of.
The other song that has drums on it, Kailaga.
You don't have to play Kailaga. You can just
Skip it.
You can skip it. Yep.
This one was like way out of line with everything else.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
No.
Your Cheating Heart,
There we go.
country's most important standard.
You know,
More important than Stand By Your Man?
one of our favorite artists ever, Beck, has covered a number of Hank Williams songs. He's covered Lonesome Whistle, I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry, Lovesick Blues, You Win Again. But he also covered Your Cheating Heart on an album called Hank Williams.
Oh.
It had to be called something else. But there was Bob Dylan, Sheryl Crow, Tom Petty, Keith Richards, Lucinda Williams, Johnny Cash, all covered songs for one album. All covers of Hank Williams. Check out Your Cheating Heart by Beck.
It's crazy.
He likes to do this kind of creepy atmospheric thing.
Right?
Kind of a Roy Orbison sound.
Oh, you're right.
It's funny to think of that list you did, Russell, that so many of those people are dead except for Keith Richards. He's like, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, that's funny, isn't it?
I don't know about
I think when it comes to covering one of the greatest songwriters ever, who did it better?
That's what we're going with? Beck.
I don't know. What do you want me to come up with for that?
Okay, we're going to, guys, right
you know
now,
what,
energy
Rob,
up.
It's taking every bit of me not to skip my Muppets thing. I said, yeah, I'm skipping it because we're going too slow.
No, come on, Russell. What is the Muppets one?
Wait, is there a Muppets
All right.
thing?
So, you know, a lot of these songs are about unrequited love, like all this lonesomeness and everything. And the Muppets actually have a song like this too. It's a bluegrass song. I forgot the name of it, but you can play it, Rob.
You don't want my
And
love.
it actually features
want
the
your
drummer
life.
from Dr. Teeth on backing vocals.
You're alive.
Yes!
Whoa! It's cold and you're so warm.
I can't get it up.
For the Muppets.
Russell, you might be onto something with the Muppets songs being
They're
good.
fun.
I get it. Oh, my God. Oh, I can't remember where we left off, guys. We better start over.
It kind of
First song, move it on over. Okay. Take these chains from my heart.
Take these tears from
Whoa,
my
God.
eyes and let me see.
Yeah, we don't need to make this like a medical procedure.
Why do
This is
has
gonna
Nora
have to go
Jones
through,
covered
right?
more of these songs than I think? I feel like she covered this one too, right?
Nora Jones has covered a bunch of these. I
She
think.
has, right? Okay.
I won't be home. I won't be home no more. Again, divorced the day before this. I'll tell you what, guys. If I get divorced, we're doing a podcast the next day. We're gonna do the Hank Williams special.
For this guy, though, his divorce sounds probably like the most positive day of his life.
If it happens, Rob, I'm here for you.
At least it didn't jump in like an empty river.
Hey, rolling going. My life has fallen apart. I'm living in a tiny apartment way out in Queens now. I just think back about how many mistakes I've made.
But the kebabs are good.
Yeah, I thought it'd be fun living by myself, but it really isn't. Russell, how rolling going? How's it go with you? Oh yeah, I went. What do you guys think about sandwiches? Sandwiches are good, aren't you? You just hear me crying in the background. Oh my
God.
God.
Hot dog. Is it a sandwich?
Hot dog flavored
you just
water
hear me crying.
Is what he's drinking.
Oh, what did I do? We were together for 17 beautiful years.
We're so close. Only two songs left and he can't play them. He wants to hit the 3 a.m. mark. He's got to do it. He's trying so hard. He wants to make it.
Hey guys, this album is a rolling dissolution of my marriage. I can't believe it happened. But I'm here doing the podcast. We got to put out number 346. Who the fuck knows what band that is? Matt, what's 346? Tell me what that's going to be, my divorce special, my Hank Williams special. Weary Blues from Waitin'.
Arctic Monkeys, AM.
Oh, Arctic Monkeys. That would be fun. Oh, another slow one. Oh,
Within 10 weeks of his death, he had as many albums on the market as he did when he lived. If I die, I need to tell you guys how to transfer. I need to tell you guys how to transfer this podcast to a non-pay one, so it's just going to be up forever.
The worst part of if that happened, Rob, is if we needed to take down all the episodes, we wouldn't have the password because your wife has terrible password skills. God! So if we asked for like the Podbean password, we wouldn't be able to get it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
You might need to resend that sometime soon.
Yeah, maybe write it down.
Matt knows it. Matt knows it. You can send Instagram with it.
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh my God. Guys, you better pray I live.
I do every day.
Oh, that's depressing. That's actually more depressing.
That's my first.
I can't have this stuff up on the internet forever.
First thing I do when I wake up every morning is I pray that Rob lives through this day. And it's already, 9 a.m. your time by the time I wake up.
We started at number 1. This is Casey Kasem counting down the top 40 Hank Williams songs, going from 1 to 40 in an order that only insane people would do if they were maybe devoting a large part of their life, it turns out, to doing something like this. Number 1 was Moving On Over. Number 40, I Saw the Light.
Is this an Ace of Base song?
Oh
my
that's
God.
a good joke, Aaron.
It is an Ace of Base song.
Give Aaron you guys give Aaron the credit he deserves for that joke.
I think they covered this.
Laugh.
Low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Low hanging.
Low hanging fruit.
Well, I'm not going to make all of that she wants is another baby joke, okay? It's not going to happen.
Lord, I saw the light.
I didn't realize he had written that.
I do love gospel songs.
He wrote this song?
It says he wrote that song. I thought that was just like a song that just existed and came out of the ether.
Right.
Did we all do
it ends well. Holy cow. They're into that song.
That's a great song.
Did we all do Rolling Going? Do we need to go back and do it? Is there one more we need to do? Guys, let's
ask you guys for instructions on this ovipositor.
Oh God, that was this episode.
It was.
Everybody's favorite show. The
Are we recording? Did we?
Ratings.
I pushed stop record on everything. We need to start over. Listen, guys.
I knew we'd end this podcast somehow. We would go down in a fiery blaze of glory.
Here's the deal. Hank
I still
Williams.
got to have a picture of these shandies to drink.
No, I forgot about that. Jesus Christ.
Rob, you got a Olympiad or something like that coming up? I got basketball practice in about 6 hours.
I'll tell you what.
Coaching or just watching?
Just watching.
Oh,
I just have to get up and feed breakfast and get them there.
I'm not going to lie. I have never been as worried about Russell since the Skittles drink incident as I am with this pitcher.
I've probably consumed about half a beer so far.
You're doing okay.
Good.
Listen, this album, 132, Hank Williams, 40 greatest hits. Okay, not to be confused Okay, I was on a YouTube, and you guys wouldn't believe this. I was on YouTube, and I was watching, and I just saw home run after home run. And I had accidentally clicked on Hank Aaron's greatest 40 hits.
Greatest hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good joke.
And I'm not going to make a Roberto Clemente 2 hits joke. Okay.
I think he had
Ted
300
Williams.
homers, didn't he?
Hey, you know what?
Cryo
How did
Chamber
he
get
joke?
300 homers?
I'll keep this brief, but Rob, how did he die?
Well, he had one big hit to end. So when his plane hit the ground. Now, another classic Rob bit. Bringing everybody up. Hey, I break you down, and then sometimes I build you back up. Here's the deal, okay? This is Hank Williams' 40 greatest hits, as decided by this people who put together this record, who made us listen to it, and they're making us do a long episode. Rude. Something to think about. Now, is this album at 132 perfectly matched? It's perfect. It goes right there. I love it. Mwah. Okay. Is this a little I Saw the Light on songs and should be further back, which of course is a higher number? That would be Rolling Groan. It is not that great. Or is this album should be way higher? Guys, everything's based on this. It should be way higher. That would be a Rolling Boned. It should have been higher up. Rosie, what do you think? Rolling Well Toned, Rolling Boned, or Rolling Groan? Hank Williams top 40. And Aaron, can you hurry up, please?
Outrageous. This is not an album. I love these songs. They're great songs. He's a great songwriter. It's not an album. It doesn't belong on the list. We got to figure out another way to honor Hank Williams that doesn't involve putting a not album on an album list. Rolling Groan.
Russell.
I'm gonna echo. Oh, sorry, Robbie. I'm gonna echo Aaron's thoughts on this. I love all the songs. I could listen to a lot of this stuff over and over, but it's not an album. I don't really understand why it's on the list. It's comparing apples to oranges. So I'm gonna say it's Rolling Groan.
I'm gonna come in hot right at the end here and say I think this is a secret college vibe. I do think you could play this for a little bit and get away with it. Cool guy on the floor.
Yes.
A little too much, you'd get depressed, but I think it's a little bit would be great. Matt, what do you think? Rolling Well Toned, Rolling Bone, or Rolling Groan? Tell the one listener, tell John from Edina, the one person who's still listening.
Everybody, I was going to go with everything that Rosie said. Rolling Groan. This is not an album. This is not made for this list. We want a best singers of all time, best writers, best country songs. Great, we'll add it to that list, but this is not an album and does not belong. So it's Rolling Groan.
Unfortunately, you are incorrect. Okay.
That's shocking. Just shocked. I'm just shocked at that.
This album is a rolling domination. Okay.
Domination.
This guy has more hits than Bobby Bonilla is what I wrote yesterday. And apparently I thought that was the funniest name I could come up with. Terrible.
It's the first Bobby Bonilla joke that didn't relate to his annuity. Right?
It's this guy's really, you cannot ignore hit after hit. He basically built, I mean, you're telling me that Moving On Over is not the first rock and roll song? Listen to this. This is the first rock and roll song. Fuck Bill Haley. Fuck the Comets. This is number 1, 10 years earlier. This is it. This is it. This is number 1. It should be number 1 on the list. Greatest album of all time. Thank you. End of story. Rob's right. Next up, this album sounds like a move that somebody choked me with at jiu-jitsu this week. It's Hejira by Joni Mitchell.
Oh, it's one of Prince's favorite Joni Mitchell albums.
When you want to hear about the greatest albums of all time.
Guys, there were a lot of songs. We should have sped through that a little faster.
But you're just too lazy.
We're actually not bad on time.
Speak for yourself, Russell. Speak for yourself.
I've got the perfect podcast for you, Jack.
Beck did it better.
It's too bad this wasn't the 41 greatest hits by Hank Williams, because the number 41 that got left off the list was called Cheeseballs Chew Spit. People kind of said, the critics have said it's kind of pleasant, but not memorable.
It's time.
Let him hear that dig.
Oh,
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
that was about the best one you've done in a while. That was a good one there.